am here for a behind-the-scenes adventure in San Francisco with the Rick Remender. I am so excited, you guys. Oh, and there is the man himself. I am here with Rick Remender, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the inspiration behind Deadly Class. Rick, you've been so influenced by 80s punk culture, particularly in San Francisco. Tell me what it is about that specific culture that drew you to make Deadly Class.
Deadly Class is a product of me, in my late 30s, saying I'd had enough of working for a corporation that was exploiting things that I did and wasn't compensating me fairly, and that I was gonna go do my own stuff again. And I don't think I would have done that if I didn't grow up with punk rock. I don't think Deadly Class would exist, because as it exists, it's entirely just what Wes Craig and I wanted to create, with no mind for anything else.
Can you speak on why you chose San Francisco as the background for this story?
In the late 90s, I fell in love with the city, and I fell back into a really vibrant punk scene. All the bands that I grew up with were starting to play again, and there was a real nice resurgence. I had a lot of misadventures, and among those misadventures are some things that ended up in the comic.
So why don't we hop in the car and check out some of these old punk stomping grounds? Let's talk about bringing this book to life and what that meant for you.
The book is so personal to me, and it's one of the things I'm most proud of, and so I wanted to ensure that what we created in the TV space honored the book.
I'm offering you a chance to harness that fire inside you, to master the deadly arts.
Something that I'm really excited moving forward in the show is seeing all the different parts of San Francisco sort of come together.
Do you have any idea where you are?
So when we meet Marcus, what part of town are we in San Francisco?
He spends his life in the Mission District. Of course, that's where he wanders into the Day of the Dead one fateful evening and meets Cy and Marie and the rest of the crew.
Chinatown. The buildings and the decorations are so unique, and I love that you placed King's Dominion underneath there.
In the first season, we really wanted to spend our time developing King's Dominion. Yeah, there's a labyrinth under San Francisco for an Assassin's Academy. That's pretty fun. Culture-wise and city-wise, you can't really beat San Francisco.
Let's talk a little bit about what your favorite neighborhoods were when you lived here.
I loved the hate. I felt like I was coming home for the first time. I would just take my skateboard and go to Golden Gate Park and putz around. Every block has its own identity, its own character. When I was teaching at the Academy here, I taught storyboard, I taught animation, and I taught comic book sequential art, and I also had a studio down by the Academy. Draw a couple pages, write a little bit in my studio, then run over to the Academy and teach a few classes.
You've lived a lot of different lives here, that's very clear.
Yeah. Things I remember while we're driving.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out my whole behind-the-scenes adventure in San Francisco on SYFYWIRE.com. And don't miss Deadly Class on SYFY.
Brought to you by the all-new RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.